Hello. One moment while I adjust my little setup here. So I'm going to be talking about overcoming social anxiety. I'm just setting up my chat and I'll get this little convo started. Okay. Oh, by the way, I might have to take the okay, perfect. Okay, so let me take the camera off. Camera covering. Hi guys. Hey guys, you miss me? I know you miss me. I miss me too. So let me get the chat set up here. I got a new little setup. I don't know if I can show the stream, but let me see. Probably heard a little echo. You see? It's attached to my arm now. It's attached to my arm. Anyways, enough of that. Let me get started with the first thing I want to talk about. There's going to be just a heads up 5 topics I want to touch on, and I want to give you an idea how to think about these issues that may arise when trying to be social in your daily life. So let's get going. I don't know why I took my watch off. Anyways, figure yourself out. Okay, guys, figure yourself out. So I'm going to give you 3 questions for you to listen to and for you to ask yourself. And, before I begin, if you get any value out of this, feel free to hook me up with a sub or a like or whatever. Anyways, let me actually get started with the figure yourself out, okay? Figure yourself out, right? Who am I? What do I actually want to do in life? How do I get there? Okay? Who am I? Who am I? Who are you? No, who are you? No, seriously. I'm not talking about just your name or your gender. I'm talking about the whole you. Okay? You know, not the sum of your parts, the whole you, right? There's a wonderful Latin phrase called, I think it's, oh dude, I can't remember. I'm gonna mess it up. But anyways, let's start breaking these questions down. So who am I? Who am I? Okay, I just touched on it earlier. I said, it's not the sum parts about you. It's not that you're tall or that you are like male or female or whatever. I'm talking about the whole you, holistically, every aspect. Now, let's continue on to what do I actually want to do in life? What do I actually want to do in life? It's highly subjective, which means I can't actually look at your situation, tell you what to do in life. But what you can do is you can self-examine. Okay? So you can self-examine. You can say, hey, I like to do these hobbies. I like this type of food. I live in this type of neighborhood, right? Now, ask yourself this. Do you find yourself not going out much, staying home, online, playing video games or just streaming movies or TV shows, right? If you do that a lot, then it kind of makes things difficult in the real world setting because there's nothing wrong with being a gamer. There's nothing wrong with liking movies or TV shows or whatnot, like media in general. But the problem is if that's your only personality trait, right? Oh, I like Naruto. If that's your only personality, then no wonder you can't make friends. Because you have nothing to offer anyone. I'm not talking about money. I'm saying You don't even have a personality worth exploring. Ask yourself that. Would you befriend anyone? No, think about it. Ask yourself, would you just befriend anyone on the street? Or would you try to befriend people who have interests that either align with your own, or you just happen to find them interesting and you want to talk to them? Okay? So, there's that. Let me move on to how do I get there? How do I get there? Planning. Okay? Time management. These things are skills that I have yet to master myself. But I'm probably just a wing it kind of person. And if you're just like me, you like to wing it. You don't like to put too much thought into what you're going to do tomorrow. That's a metaphor for planning for the future. By the way, if you're like that, then I have great news for you. And that news is that you can overcome that deficiency. Okay, in forethought. I think it's forethought when you think ahead, or is it forethought? Let me see. Basically, when you think ahead, right? If you're like me and you don't like to put it all down in writing, here's some good tips for you. Okay, so I know for a fact. Let me check the date. I know for a fact in about 9 days or so, 10 days, I have to pay my bills. I have to pay my bills. That's an example of, so you plan out the most important things in your life, right? Things you have to do no matter what. Those are the only things you plan out, okay? And try to be as loose with your schedule as possible. Okay, give yourself some time, some little wiggle room, little breathing room, because then you'll feel even more motivated to do things on time. You show up a couple minutes early, and you're mentally prepared. You get things going. That can overcome a lack of planning ahead, which is to simply give yourself more time to go through things. Okay. Let me move on to a different topic. Okay, here's the next topic here. Buy a house plant or start a small garden. Okay? By the way, a fun side effect of gardening is having more food to play with. Think about that. Also, another fun side effect of having too much food is, shoot, you can hook up your friends. Think about it. Think about it. The best way to meet friends is through food, right? We all know this, okay? We all know how wonderful a free meal feels, okay? So, if you're in that situation where you desperately need to interact with something, because you don't talk to people too often, you're online, like me, I'm chronically online. I suggest to you, if you're not comfortable with pets, and I'll talk about pets later, but if you're not comfortable with pets, you should start with a house plant. Okay? There are plenty of house plants. Some you can put on your desk, some you can put on the floor, some you can hang up on the ceiling or whatever. Doesn't matter. Just get a plant. Get a plant that needs water. Okay? They'll love on your part. And trust me, dude, you take care of that plant long enough, you'll feel better. You will literally feel better. There's something very natural in our minds when it comes to helping others, right? You just take away the money for a second, okay? When you mentally feel like you helped someone, right, in life, you know in your heart that you gave someone value, right? You enriched their lives. Well, guess what, friend? It enriches your life too. It doesn't take away from you. It adds to you. It adds to you, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you are with reaching out to others, which is the biggest skill when it comes to being social. Is you have to reach out. You can't stand there and expect people to approach you in life. You have to meet them halfway. Okay? Extroverted people are sometimes do the opposite, where they kind of chase after you, right? But if you're an introvert, right? Think about it. Being able to approach people is a skill. Okay, and when I say approach people, I mean like to start a conversation, to start one, right? So there you go. Let me move on. Okay, let's see. Eat outside, even if you made the food at home. Very important, guys. Eat outside, okay? Hopefully under a shaded tree or something, you know, because it's really hot where I live. But yeah, go outside. Eat your food outside. Get a little sunlight. Get a little fresh air. And also go to a place with traffic, foot traffic, like people walking from place to place, right? Like a park, you know, like a very lovely populated park. You can just eat there, and well, ideally you should go somewhere that you can walk to, because I would not suggest you drive if you don't need to, right? Now when I suggest to eat out more often, I'm talking about ideally when you're home, right? When you're home and you know you want to have dinner, maybe you have a family, little babies running around, and you go, hey guys, do you want to go out in the backyard, or do you want to go walk to the nearby park for a picnic? Oh, that's another one. Picnics. Have a picnic at a park. See, I keep saying park, but I assume most cities have parks. But if that's not your thing, just go anywhere with good seating and good infrastructure that will allow you not to be too hot, you know, and nice comfortable seating and whatnot. And then just enjoy your food and watch people live their lives. You know, I do that sometimes. I went out to the park yesterday. I was gonna record something, but like the particular park that I went to, there's like maybe 15 parks where I live, but the one park I went to was actually pretty bad. It had no shading. It had like 5 benches, and I'm talking about a park that's large enough to hold 2 baseball fields. So it's kind of weird. Like there's like no shading anywhere, and I live in a desert town. It's like the benches were designed to harass the homeless. It's like they designed a park to be anti-human. I remember looking around that park. I won't say the name, but I remember taking note that there were more animals out and about at the park than there were humans. Literally, more animals just chilling out in the park than humans. Like, you know, like you see how those rabbits are out in the open. But yeah, that's my point. Like, it was pretty depressing. That's why I didn't record an outdoors video. I might do a short. I think doing short content might be easier going forward. But like, yeah, it was like the one park. See, it made me think like environment is very key. Okay? Environment's very key for your ability to be social, okay? You'd be surprised. I know you're gonna tell me, but Olive, I'm introverted. I can't handle the social. No, shut up. Listen to me. Your environment allows you to be more or less social. Okay? Your environment dictates your lifestyle to some degree. Okay? So I want you to remember that when you go out and about. because you might run into situations where the environment is terrible and you don't like it. It feels bad. You feel like you're not comfortable. Move on. There's plenty of other places and people to meet. Sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes you're going to look cringe. It's okay. 9 times out of 10, that cringe ass shit was forgotten in like 2 weeks. So, right? I mean, I might do some social experiment pretty soon, just to prove to you guys, okay, that it is possible to overcome social anxiety. It's just not. It's something you have to actively, right? You have to actively seek in your life. It's not like being an extrovert, because being an extrovert implies that it's easy for you to be outgoing. They have the opposite problem. Anyways, let me move on to the next topic, which is adopt a pet. Adopt a pet. Okay, so let me give you a quick disclaimer. It does not have to be a dog or a cat. I like cats. I think cats are cool. Does not have to be a dog or a cat. I actually have turtles right now. 2 turtles. So yeah, get a pet if you feel comfortable with handling a pet, because it's more responsibility than a plant. That's for sure. You gotta feed it. Sometimes you gotta interact with it. You gotta take it to the right place to go to the bathroom. If you trained it, I assume. And then you sometimes you gotta clean, like groom their fur, right? Otherwise it gets tangled and it gets really bad for the animal. So these things that you can do to help that pet out will unironically help you in life. So yeah, adopt a pet. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a dog or cat. I mean, just get anything that you can sit there and spend time with, that has a face, that breathes, that moves around, If you can do that, if you can successfully take care of a pet for, let's say, a year, right? You're already halfway there to being socialized, I mean, that's a living, breathing creature. I'm looking at my 2 turtles. Those are living, breathing creatures, okay? They're not toys. They can be killed fairly easily. So it's up to me to take care of them, to feed them, to offer mental stimulation, because that is very healthy for the turtles. Sometimes I wash them. They really like the toothbrush. Little back and forth toothbrush action. They love that shit. Anyways, enough about the pets. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay, Okay. Practice listening to others while forming your own opinions. Okay? Practice listening to others while forming your own opinions. Okay? Let me give a quick disclaimer. Okay? So you don't misunderstand what I'm talking about. Okay? What I'm not saying to you is to shut up and be humble. Okay? I'm not telling you that. Okay? What I'm telling you is you can gain a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge can be gained just from listening, just from receiving data. Remember, communication is literally a form of data with some regards, right? So you want to listen actively. That's the most important part. Listening actively, not passively, like you do sometimes when you watch YouTube videos. Let's be honest. There's a lot of people they'll have a YouTube video here, then they'll have a TikTok fucking what is it called, Subway Surfer over here, then they'll have literally another TikTok, a separate TikTok open for an ass shaking video, and then like over here will be like your favorite live streamer's webcam, like right in this bar, while they're just talking shit about people they don't like online for money. And like I'm sitting there, I'm thinking like this person splits their attention 4 ways and wonders why they can't be social. You know? So that's a bad example of passive listening or passive viewing in that case. Active listening is you listening, taking in the information and internalizing it. That's a great way of explaining it. So when you want to, here's a great example. Okay, so chances are if you're a guy, you're not really good at talking to girls. You're not familiar or knowledgeable on girls' issues, women's issues, perhaps. I'm not going to pretend I'm completely knowledgeable on the struggles of being a woman. But hey, guess what? I can listen to women. I can talk to women. And they can tell me what the problem is, you know? Why are some situations in life so difficult, right? And I'm just using this for example. This is just an example of a listening topic, by the way. You want to be able to ideally understand people, not necessarily agree with them. You want to understand people on a deeper level, right? That's another way to be social, right? Is through understanding, through knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge about other people can allow you to choose which people to focus on in life, right? Because you don't have a lot of time. Okay, you're born a couple decades ago, and you're gonna die a couple decades from now. I know I just made it sound harsh, but no, seriously, think of try to be optimistic. Okay, so your time is limited. Okay, so now you have an excuse to listen to people. Now you have an excuse to form an opinion and to meet other people. What's the excuse? Well, I don't have a lot of time in life. So, you know, if I manage to make friends with one person for like, let's say a year, right? Only a year. I wonder if that's even possible. Like, guys, tell me if you've ever made temporary friendships on purpose because maybe you were at a school for a short period of time in your life. Maybe you're trying to get a degree, so you met some people through your school and you only know them through your school, right? Give me some examples of moments in your life where you met someone and you genuinely got to know them for a short period of time and you don't know them anymore, right? Because I could tell you, like, I don't know anyone from when I was a child. Like, I don't know one single person. Why am I leaning to the... I have this habit. Don't worry about me, okay? Don't worry about me. I'm leaning a lot. But, yeah, I have this habit. Anyways, that is that. Listen as much as you can, gather as much data as you can. When you have strong opinions or beliefs, let people know. Now let's go to the last topic that I want to touch on, and then I want to go to play some Stardew Valley actually afterwards. Okay, so let me read the question or read the statement or topic. Let's see. Offer aid to anyone in need as long as it does not affect you in a negative way. What does that mean, right? Offer aid to anyone in need as long as it does not affect you in a negative way. Well, what are some good examples? You giving all of your money away to someone? Well, that's pretty negative to you. That takes away your power in life. But giving someone directions if they're lost, that doesn't take any effort on you. Giving someone the time, offering a lighter, I mean, I guess that's a smoking that's niche. That's you, but you get my point. You get my point. If it's literally doesn't take much away from you, help that person out. You never know. They could be your next friend. Help them out. And let me touch on something earlier I mentioned. If you are gardening food, right? You're gardening food, you're making herbs, you're growing plants like spinach, right? And like one of your friends or someone you know is genuinely struggling with food, why don't you offer some of your food that you've created to them? Right? That's what I'm saying. That's the best way to someone's heart is through their stomach. So if you're going to be gardening, right, you're going to be making all these fancy fruits and vegetables or whatnot, you know, offer it to people. You know, who knows? They might see you as a reliable gardener, or they might see you as the cool person who hooked them up when they needed it most, right? And they'll remember it, and you'll remember it, and it'll be a great memory, something you'll think fondly of when you're older. And another thing you could do in terms of help people in life is look around your home. Do you see anything that you don't need? No, seriously, look around your home. Is there anything you literally don't need, don't use? It just sits there and, oddly enough, collects dust. Offer to give those things away, you know? Ideally, I would tell you to donate to individuals before charity organizations. That way you can also gain the benefit of socializing with other people, right? Maybe you know someone at work, right? You talk to them sometimes, maybe, I don't know, about sports or whatnot. And then you're like, oh, hey, you like, this is an example, okay? Here's an example, okay? Hey, you like archery, right? Oh, I can't reach it. It's on the other side of the room. Anyways, hey, you like archery? Hey, I don't personally use my training bow anymore, okay? I haven't used it in a long time because it's right-handed, and I realized later in life that I can't shoot with my right hand. I can only shoot left-handed. Anyways, my point is, hey, would you like a bow and arrow to practice archery? See? Didn't cost me anything. And then I suddenly got my friend into archery. You see my point? Like, there are ways for you to interact with people on a genuine level. And then there are ways for you to materially improve people's lives, right? On a genuine level. And now, again, I don't know your life. I don't know, you know, how, what kind of income you have, what kind of lifestyle you have. I don't know, but like, listen, someone gave me a blender a few months back. That's amazing, dude. It just feels amazing. I still use it. But like, that's a perfect example, right? Right? Someone who doesn't cook, right? Who liked watching me cook was like, hey, you need some better equipment. Here, have this blender. And I was like, oh man, thank you for the hookup. Anyways, that was an example of receiving a gift from someone. But why not be a giver of gifts? You know, I mean, the end, Christmas is coming up, right? Maybe you spend a little time listening to people over the next few months, trying to understand their interests. And then, you know, you could randomly perform an act of kindness. Like, seriously, just do it. What do you got to lose? Just perform a random act of kindness to someone around you. I mean, it doesn't have to be your friends or family. If sometimes if you are observant enough and if you look at people enough, you can tell just from their face if they need help. So just be more socially aware sometimes. That's another thing. That's another solid tip. Be aware of your surroundings. Look with your eyes. Listen with your ears. Smell. All of these senses. Use all of them. Anyways, I'm done. I'm going to get off. I don't know how long this ramble was. This wasn't really a ramble. Okay, this is perfect. This is a 30-minute. Let's talk about overcoming social anxiety. This is an actual plug that I'm going to make, or promotion on my part. If you like this stuff and you want me to continue doing discussion style videos, I would like you to comment to me and literally tell me to make more of this stuff, because I can't tell what type of content works right now. And if you want to be more social in life and you want to challenge yourself, then how about you enter this comment section, okay? And then you tell me what the biggest roadblock in your life when it comes to being social. There you go. That's your challenge. If you're still listening to this VOD, I want you to comment and tell me what is keeping you from being social, okay? And I swear to God, I will do another stream based on the comments of this one, if I like the comments. If I see people are offering what they feel to be a social roadblock in life is. I feel like I'm aware of all the common issues, but I would like your opinion on that, okay? So I'm done here. I'm going to get off of this game. It's not really a game, it's my house. You're just looking at my house. But I will be on Stardew Valley pretty soon, because I'm already feeling like doing a little gardening. I mean, look at this. This is the world's biggest well. Anyways, I'm done. Goodbye. Take care. Hit me up in like a couple minutes or so.